This is 6 Minute English from bbclearningenglish.com.
Hello, I'm Rob.
And I'm Kath.
And this is 6 Minute English from BBC Learning English. Today we're talking about doping in sport.
And a new test that might prevent some athletes cheating at the 2012 Olympics in London next year.
Ah, yes, the Olympics. That's where the pressure really is on to do well. But some athletes use some unfair techniques to get an advantage. More on that in a moment. But first, Kath, what are you most looking forward to seeing at next year's Olympics?
I'm really looking forward to the gymnastics. I like gymnastics a lot. And maybe something like the cycling. It's always good fun.
Well, it should be a great event. But Kath, I wonder if you know when the first modern Olympics was held.
Oh.
Was it in 1886, 1896 or 1906?
I'm going to go for 1906, Rob.
Are you sure?
No, but that's what I'm going to go for.
OK, well, we'll see if you're right at the end of the programme. Now let's get back to sport and some of the cheating that goes on. Athletes have been known to take all sorts of cocktails of drugs in the hope of enhancing their performance.
Enhancing or improving their performance. And of course, doing this gives them an unfair advantage.
It does, yeah. It means their performance cannot be judged on their physical endurance. In other words, we're not just seeing their natural fitness because other substances are helping them.
So this means not everyone is competing on a level playing field.
That's a good phrase. Yes, not everyone is playing by the same rules.
Of course, athletes are tested for drugs and some are caught and banned from taking part in a race.
That's true, but there's one form of cheating called autologous blood doping that has been difficult to test for. And the BBC science reporter Matt McGrath can tell us more about this. See if you can hear what scientists have so far failed to do.
While scientists have developed tests for almost all forms of doping in sport, the one that has caused them the most trouble has been the practice of athletes storing and transfusing their own blood. It increases the number of red blood cells and gives a substantial boost to an athlete's endurance by allowing them to carry more oxygen. Scientists have failed to develop an effective test.
Matt McGrath says scientists have developed tests for all sports, but they've failed to develop an effective test for autologous blood doping.
Effective means a test that actually works. It's been causing scientists much trouble or problems in trying to detect blood doping in athletes.
So blood doping is when athletes store and then transfuse their own blood. Transfusing is when you move blood from one person to another. But in this case, the blood is being put back into the same person. Why would someone do that?
Well, apparently it increases the red blood cells, and that allows more oxygen to be carried around the body. So it gives a substantial boost to an athlete's endurance.
Yeah, substantial here means by a great amount. But, Rob, you mentioned earlier that there's now a test for this.
Well, one is being developed. It compares the age of blood samples by looking at the genetic component of red blood cells.
The genetic component, it sounds very scientific.
It is.
But will it help catch any cheats at next year's Olympics?
Well, Professor David Cowan, who will be running the anti-doping laboratory at the Olympics, hopes it will, if it's ready in time. What does he say the nature of scientific research stops him doing?
Well, as a researcher, we can never guarantee what we can deliver by a particular time. That's the nature of scientific research. The progress is very exciting. I would put it the other way around. If you were an athlete, be careful. We may have a test in time.
So he says the nature of scientific research means he can't guarantee this new test will be available at a particular time. It's not possible to promise an exact completion date.
That's because scientific research is unpredictable. It doesn't always go to plan. But he said the progress is very exciting.
Yes, he's confident it will be ready in time for the Olympics. So he's warning athletes to be careful. This new test might catch you out.
Well, I can understand that there's a huge pressure to succeed, isn't there? And there must be a temptation to give yourself an extra boost as an athlete.
Yes.
So cheating is still going to happen in some form, but maybe this new test we've been hearing about will make it a little harder.
Let's hope so. And, of course, we mustn't forget it's only a small number of athletes who are trying to cheat. OK, Kath, I hope you haven't been cheating in finding the answer to our question today.
No, I've had no chance.
Well, I asked you, what year was the first modern Olympics held? Was it 1886, 1896 or 1906?
And I said I thought it was 1906, but I'm not sure.
And you're wrong.
Oh, no, again.
Again, the actual answer is 1896. It took place in the original birthplace of the Olympics in Greece. Now, the London Olympics in 2012 will be the 30th Summer Olympics.
I could have worked that out then, couldn't
Yes,
I?
that's right. OK, well, we're almost at the end of the programme, so, Kath, could you remind us of some of the vocabulary we've heard in today's programme?
Of course. We had an advantage, performance, enhancing, endurance, doping, effective, transfuse, substantial, the nature of.
Thanks, Kath. Well, we hope you found today's programme interesting. And don't forget you can download this programme as a podcast. Well, it's time to go now, but we'll see you next time.
Bye.
That was 6 Minute English from bbclearningenglish.com.